Hey everyone, it's another episode of Staying Forever Strong. I'm excited today to have a friend of mine and a new travel coach, Brittini Burton. A lot of you may remember her from my podcast a while back, but she's coming back onto the show today, and we're going to talk about her coaching and traveling and all the things she's done and how she stays strong. Hey girl.
Hello. Thanks for having me again. It's so fun to
I know.
every time.
I know. I love it. It's fun. It's like you're reconnecting with people.
Yeah, I love it too.
Especially like during this time. It's so crazy this time compared to like the last time.
Last time we were sitting next to each other in your studio.
I know, and now I'm in my room.
Well, we're doing our best.
Yep. How are you?
I'm good. I recently just started a travel coaching business, and which I feel like some people I don't even know if it's really a thing. I have invented it or like came up with it just because like when we talked last, like we were talking about my travels I've done and travels I'm having to do, like planned. So since we last talked, I went to New Zealand for 5 months, lived in a van for 2 of those months, and then flew to the UK afterwards and lived in the UK for 4 months, which 3 of those months were for quarantine. So that's what I've done since the last time we talked. And so when I came home, I was like, okay, I've done a lot of traveling. I don't really know what I want to do with my life. I don't want to like constantly physically be traveling all the time, but I love talking about it. Like I can passionately talk about traveling, and not necessarily the things I've done while traveling, but the like empowerment to get people to do it, because it's like just going on like a weekend trip by yourself. And my niche is for women. So specifically for a woman to independently go camping by themselves, like in a very safe, like state park, for example, can be so empowering for them. And it's just like little steps to get them to potentially this dream trip of traveling the world for 6 months or a year, like of how I did. So that's something I can always talk about, like empowering women, because you can freaking do it. And so I was like, you know what? Like I have my own personal life coach. And so I see what she does, which, you know, most of it is like being aware of like self-limiting beliefs, of like being aware of the I shouldn't or I can't or like I don't know how to, you know, like these negative talks, and making you aware of it and like rewriting it to where you're making a whole new narrative in your head. Like I can make this amount of money and I'm abundant in it, you know? So I was like, that's a big thing when it comes to people wanting to travel, is there's so many limitations and blocks that they have. The biggest one is money. And so I'm researching and learning a lot about how to abundantly manifest and like deserve the money you need to do these travels. And you know, a lot of women are scared to travel alone. So I'm here to empower them and encourage them that fear is a feeling, and just trust your gut. Like you can have like a really weird gut instinct of like, ooh, I shouldn't turn that corner in Birmingham, Michigan. And it could be the exact same gut feeling in the middle of Colombia, you know? So there's so many things that like, I just want to empower women about when it comes to travel, that I was like, you know what? I can do this. I have enough life skills of traveling and self-development that I'm like, I can be a travel coach. So I just started that a week ago, and now I'm just like doing research and formulating like a program, learning how to market, which, you know, being a new business is hard. Like I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'm just do Instagram for myself. So like now that I'm using my own Instagram as a platform for a business, which makes sense for me, it aligns with my life. So I didn't need to make a separate business account, but to market in a different way than just a normal, you know, personal account, is challenging and confusing.
Exhausting too.
Yeah, and you have to like reach out to people, because I realized after telling people like, hey, I'm a travel coach, come talk to me. All my followers, most of them are basically travelers, because obviously most of my followers are from when I traveled. Like all my followers are actually friends that I've met. Like it's not like random following, like they're personal friends of mine. And so most of them are from all around the world that I met in hostels backpacking on their own. So most of the responses were like, hell yeah, like you're the person to do this. I'm so excited for you. But I'll let you know if I know anyone, so like that's where the
Yeah.
marketing and like business aspect comes into. So that's been a very like, I can't say challenging because I haven't really dove into it yet, but it's definitely something that I know that will be more of an obstacle than the actual coaching and the actual like education itself.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I agree. Like with some of the stuff I've been doing, like marketing, even though I'm a communications major and you were too, right? Hello.
We're back.
Oh. um also like as a communications major, I mean you learn a lot of this type of stuff, but it still doesn't make it any easier.
I mean, I'm a communications major. I don't remember learning any of this stuff. So I'm like,
a class or two on like social media, but like other than that, and I think I
I
took
don't think I did. So I'm just like, I'm grateful that I do know a few people that have a big platform. And there are marketing and business coaches. And so I've thought about hiring that. Like I said, I'm my own life coach. I'm about to hire my own nutrition coach. Like I'm very much about putting in financial money in order to like gain like responsibility, but to gain knowledge and like, money is just currency and energy. So like me giving money like will only allow it to come back to me but tenfold. And it's just like on and on and on. So I'm all about like investing in myself. And so I thought I'm probably going to hire a marketing coach because I don't know what I'm doing, but there's a coach for everything, which is insane, which is why I'm like super excited to be a travel coach, because even if there's not an actual travel coach like niche, I'm the one going to start it. And I think there is a few, like I've definitely saw a few online, but like I'm really excited for it to be part of my life because it feels so aligned with my purpose in this time right now.
Yeah, and coaching's huge right now. Like it's so like I'm in different like groups on Facebook and all these things, and a lot of these like I'm in a lot of these women networking on Facebook, these like groups or whatever, and there's a lot of coaches, and they do really well.
Yeah. Yep, I've already like thought of like my like year goal and like I'm starting a manifestation about it. So yeah, it's really exciting to like think that like I had a friend of mine message me and when I like announced it, and he's again a friend of mine that's a traveler, and I met when I was working in Alaska. So he was like encouraging me, but he said something to me. I don't know if he realizes how much it impacted me, but he was like, "They're like people really need people like you to like encourage them because there's so many people just wanting and sitting at home wishing they could do what him and I do." And he was like, one day you'll have people working for you. And I was like, I've never thought that I could get myself to I never even imagined that to be a level of expansiveness. Like that was never even something I could have even thought of on my own. And the fact that he like gave me that idea that like one day people can work for me, I was like, my mind blew up. I was like, whoa, I could do that. If I really wanted to, that could happen. And so that was really cool to have someone like plant that in my head, because now I'm like watering the seeds.
Yeah, it's something that could totally happen. And it's really just hard work and knowing your niche and knowing where you need to focus.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited. It's been a week. So hopefully in a year we can do a year like
yeah, for sure.
wrap up and see where it's at.
So kind of like, since you've done all this like traveling and you know like so much about it, how like from some of your experiences, like it's probably, especially in the beginning, maybe you were homesick or you just didn't know what to do at times. How did you like manage to stay strong like during some of those hard times?
That's really a good question and really interesting, because now going through like research, which is basically just listening, because I only have one perspective of traveling. So my research is talking to other women who have solo traveled, reading blogs of solo female travelers and their experiences and how they overcome common myths and fears and anxieties of people who haven't traveled yet, and like debunking them. And a lot of them I went through, but I don't think I knew I didn't know I was allowed to feel that way while traveling. So I kind of forced it out. Like if I like wanted just to watch Netflix all day, I like didn't allow myself. I didn't allow myself to have self-care because I was like, I'm in the middle of the Amazon. I need to like do it, So honestly, with me like really researching and like listening to other women, and it's almost making me want to go out and travel again, but with such a better intention behind it. Because
Yeah.
I'm 26 right now, so like my whole life of traveling was from 19 to 25. Right now, I would say is a pause, but from 19 to 25 was like pretty much a consistent time of traveling.
Yeah.
So I was traveling while I was like becoming an adult. Like I was like becoming a person and becoming my own self, and
Yeah.
I learned it through traveling. So I don't know if I really allowed myself to feel homesick and to feel like safe and to feel confident, because now I'm fully like, I feel like I'm fully a woman, and I feel like I'm fully my own adult right now. And I think if I went out into the world again, like how I did, 2 years ago and when I was 19, it'd be in such a different way. Like we're constantly evolving. So my own research is actually inspiring me to travel again, but in with such a different intentions behind it.
Yeah.
So basically to stay strong while traveling is to like not listen to your shoulds and just to really listen to your body and listen to your emotions. If you need to take a day off, take that day off, and don't allow the like, oh, well, I should be doing this to control your mind. And if you feel a gut instinct of like, ooh, this doesn't feel comfortable, listen to it. Like your body, seriously, is your compass. And I think if I really understood that to a greater scale when I was 24 and traveling for a year and a half, I would have gotten travel fatigue, because I got deep travel fatigue. I went to Colorado like 2 weeks ago, and I still felt like I wasn't fully almost healed from this travel fatigue, and it's been 3 months. So I'm learning a lot about myself through other women, and it's giving me such a bigger knowledge about traveling. So I'm really excited to learn all of it and give it to other people, but to also practice it and like surrender to it to myself in the future.
And I think that's also like kind of what will make you a really good coach. It's when you're learning it for yourself too.
Oh yeah, like I'm definitely
Like
learning,
practicing it, because then you're
practicing
so, yeah.
making a better, like having a relationship with the universe, which means like trusting in like in myself and in the highest like way, and like trusting and making a relationship with money. Like everything I'm going to teach and everything I talk about, I'm constantly like learning as well. I'm not like just saying and I've already done it. Like I'm constantly in practice with it as well. Like I'm having to learn how to have a better relationship with money and learn how to have a better relationship with myself and my body. Like it's not like I've done and did it and I'm like teaching people that are below me. Like
Right.
we're all on the same level. Like I'm learning how to like manifest and whatever. So it's really exciting to like be on the same journey with everyone and just kind of like take their hand along the way and like show them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. And I was really excited to like hear more about it and have everyone else hear about it too.
Yeah.
Where can, if anyone wants to hear more from you or talk to you, where can they find you?
Yeah, so I think my biggest platform right now is Instagram. Obviously, I'm going to have a website, but right now it's Instagram. Currently, it's Holy Shit Brit still, but I might be changing it. I don't know. We'll see. I really love that handle, but I don't know if it's appropriate for coaching business. So we'll see. But basically, my name, Brittini Burton, you can just look it up, and I'll pop up no matter what handle I am.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
this was so much fun, and it's so fun to learn like how other people stay strong during different points in their lives.
Just trust. That's all I gotta say. Just trust, and that's how you stay strong.
Yes, I so agree. Well, this has been another episode of Staying Forever Strong. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.